It seems like you can't get away from Pedro Pascal in the modern day entertainment industry. Whether it's Star Wars, whether it's Marvel with Fantastic Four and Avengers Doomsday, or whether it's on HBO with The Last of Us. Now, of course, not going to see too much of Joel in The Last of Us anymore, other than a couple flashback sequences after the episode we saw last Sunday. But Pedro Pascal continues to get job after job and is constantly the talk of the town, even while he continues to do things that might get other people fired, including undercutting his own employers. This time, Pedro Pascal, famous trans activist Pedro Pascal, maybe because of one of his family members, decided to take a shot at J.K. Rowling and encourage people not to watch her show, which is on HBO, the very same company or the very same network, and Warner Brothers, the company, where The Last of Us is airing right now. And it all has to do with her opinions. You know, opinions that J.K. Rowling probably holds the exact same opinions as 99% of what Pedro Pascal thinks, except when it comes to biology, except when it comes to men being men and women being women, and wanting to make sure that women and men, especially in prisons and things like that, maybe aren't kept in the same places. Pedro Pascal has a big problem with that and a big problem with her for that, and this is what he decides to do. Pedro Pascal calls J.K. Rowling a heinous loser for latest trans comments. The Last of Us actor criticized the author on a post which encouraged a fan boycott of HBO's upcoming Harry Potter reboot. And this is what I'm talking about. Pedro Pascal has done far worse shit and more damaging shit in terms of for the companies he works for than a lot of other people that got fired for far less. Think of what Gina Carano got fired from Disney Star Wars for versus what Pedro Pascal posted when he compared half of the country to Nazis, when he compared Trump supporters to Nazis. No problems for Pedro Pascal. And of course, Pedro Pascal, not long after Rachel Zegler got a ton of heat and her massive box office flop for Disney star, in Fantastic Four in the MCU, Pedro Pascal goes out of her way to support her and congratulate her and all of this stuff. Well, once again, it's happening for another company that he does business with. And this is from this post by Tariq Ralph, talking about how terrible it is that J.K. Rowling is supporting, biological women being biological women. Says, don't watch the show. Don't go to Universal. Now, Universal owns the theme park rights for Harry Potter. Obviously, Warner Brothers owns the film and TV rights for Harry Potter. They're the ones that are doing this Harry Potter reboot. Don't watch the show. Don't buy a single Harry Potter thing ever. It's time to tell these corporations that transphobia loses money. Pedro Pascal in the comments. Awful, disgusting shit is exactly right. Heinous loser behavior. Man, I wonder if Pedro did an addition to this for losers in 2024, because I'm sure he was hoping for a different result, wasn't he? But this is Pedro Pascal, and I think Pedro Pascal is a fine actor. I've seen him in some stuff that I really enjoy. I've seen him in some other stuff where I'm not very impressed, but I don't think he's an awful actor or anything. You get tired of seeing his face pop up in all of these different franchises, especially over the last 2 weeks between promotion for Fantastic Four, Disney Star Wars Celebration, and then the big Abby scene in The Last of Us. It felt like you couldn't get away from Pedro Pascal. But this is a common theme for him. He has a show right now airing on Warner Brothers on HBO, and he is supporting a boycott of the Harry Potter TV series. Now, I personally think the Harry Potter TV series already going the wrong direction with Black Snape, retarded decision, talked about that multiple times. But this is something constant with Pedro Pascal. And you know what? If he had different political opinions, he would have been fired probably 100 times over already. But because Pedro has the approved Hollywood opinions, he's fine. He skates away clear and continues to get roles, continues to get hired by these companies who he's actively trying to undermine at times and actively driving some fans away from. But this is normal behavior for Pedro Pascal. What do you guys think about this? Let me know in the comments section below. Smash a like button, subscribe to the channel, ring the bell for notifications, share this video out there, and I'll talk to you later.